cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. It's time again.
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is Music Monday, and I'm your host, Slash. And with me, I got Comedian 96, K Money, Freddie G. Together, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, welcome back to another Music Monday. Of course, we got another great topic for you. So a lot of times, you know, we do these shows, we talk about a lot of rap music, man, and we'll mention R&B every now and then. But what I want to do today, man, is give some props to the R&B producers that's really been out here catering to the, you know, the music scene as far as building these artists' careers and, you know, giving them that spotlight, you know, writing these songs or producing these tracks to make these artists the best of what they can be. And it's a lot of them on the list. A lot of them are very familiar. Most of them have been awarded, you know, Grammys and different little awards from different, you know, shows that where they honor black in achievement in music. Now, the first person I'm gonna talk about, because he's been around so long, and there's some others that's been around as long as this guy, but y'all know Babyface been around for a long time, man. Babyface is responsible for some big careers like TLC. He did Red Light Special. He did songs with Tevin Campbell. Mm-hmm. The coldest one that Tevin Campbell got right now, I don't give a damn where you at. They gonna play this song.
Can we talk?
Can we talk, man? You know what I'm saying? Talk? That's Babyface, man.
Man, every time I hear that song, I think about my time in Australia.
Yeah.
That song was in heavy rotation when I was
in Australia.
In Perth, Australia.
How long ago was that?
Man, we're talking like 93.
Now, let me show you something.
93
it's
20, 94.
What's this,
like
25?
Yeah.
It's heavy rotation. If
Still.
you cut on 102, Magic 102 here in Houston, you're going to hear that song. Man.
Then, too, you know, you check the social media site, they was doing a Can We Talk challenge.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think Tank is the one that did the challenge and started it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did man, that dude Tevin was ahead of his time. And for a kid, those types of vocals,
he had the right producers behind him.
He did. I don't want to jump ahead, but we still talking about Tevin. But one of my favorite songs with him, I think it was produced by Prince. It was on a Purple Rain. What is it? The World Still Go Round.
That's Graffiti Bridge. I think that was on not Graffiti Bridge. No, what's the movie? Under the Cherry. One of them. It wasn't on Purple Rain.
It wasn't on Purple Rain. Okay,
yeah, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Prince was in the video.
Batman. It was the Batman.
World Still Goes Around and Around.
I know what song.
Yeah, that one.
But you know what? That sounds like a Prince song.
Yeah, he was in there because I remember him leaning on the wall while he was singing.
I can actually hear Prince singing
Tevin
that
was
song.
in the video.
Yeah,
Prince was in the video.
Prince was on the chorus, the vocals.
Yeah,
nothing come to sleepers but dreams.
Yeah. So now even with Babyface being an artist as well, he's responsible for a lot of careers. I mean, with artists such as Toni Braxton, Brandy, Mary J. Blige, John B., Bobby Brown. I mean, these are major names in the music world. And Babyface is if you hear some of his production now, man, I tell you, I'm so into producing and listening to music, so I'm stuck there. It's like if I hear a song, the first thing I'm doing is breaking down the track to see is it doing what it should be doing. And what I can say, man, Babyface has always done what he should do, no matter what style the track is, no matter what instruments he's using. He's known how to make them all mesh together to create these sounds and these careers for these artists that he's been working with. So next on my list, another older cat, and y'all mentioned Tevin Campbell, and this guy worked with Tevin Campbell also, Quincy Jones.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So Quincy Jones, not only he a producer, but a perfect songwriter, composer, arranger, conductor. And if y'all know what a conductor is, when you go, if you've ever been to an orchestra or you saw something like an opera orchestra on TV, the conductor is the guy that's standing in front of the musicians, and he's waving his hands and doing little signs. But see, we think he just looked like but this means something. These signs and hand movements that he's doing and different gestures mean something, and these musicians are actually reading these signs and playing music as they read these signs. So Quincy Jones is a conductor. If you know much about Quincy, not only has he produced for artists, he's done a lot of TV show music, like sitcoms. One prime example, Sanford and Son. Yeah, he scored the Sanford and Son music that comes on before and after the show. So Quincy, man, it's been around for a long time. Movies, like you said, K Money, he scores movies. I mean, very, very talented guy. Rest in peace. We lost Quincy. I think it was earlier this year. I'm guessing it was, natural causes, because Quincy lived a good life.
Yes,
he was at an age, to where we can expect these types of things happen. But people that he worked with throughout his career was like Shaka Khan, Diana Ross, Tamia, Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin. Now that's a different era than what Babyface did, but these lists of artists that he worked with are just as great as the ones that Babyface worked with. And I think a lot of these would look like a collage if you just look at some of these people's albums. I'm sure they got one of these tracks from each one of these producers that we mentioned on this list. And I think that's what it's going to take for these artists to be as great as they are. Not only are they getting the best music from the best producers, but they probably getting the best advice also from the producers, which if you listen, it helps you in the long run as being an artist. So if you're an artist, don't get stuck on only doing what you know to do, because what a producer actually does for an artist is he produces you. He brings out what you can't bring out of yourself, and the only way you're gonna get that is if you listen. If you got cement ears, it's gonna be hard for you as an artist to be the greatest, because what a producer's doing is trying to excel you to a point to where he see that potential, but it's just something that's missing, and he's not saying that you don't have it. He want to bring it out of you.
Okay, I got a question for you. You as a producer, are you able to, based upon if you're dealing with an individual, right, learning their personality and seeing who they are as a person, are you able to tell whether or not you will be able to produce an individual based upon their personality?
Oh, most definitely. That's the initial meeting you have with a person that you met when you may start a production agreement or something with. The initial meeting, this is what you're looking for. You meet the person, okay, how you doing? But you're not really focused on the music at this point. You got to put that to the side, and you got to look at who this person is for who they are rather than music. Let's take music out of this. If your personality is not matching for what the producer is looking for, I don't care how good you sound, your mesh and your sound is not going to be.
Now I'm finna put you on the spot. I'm finna put you, it is going to be a hot seat. You got to produce myself, Comedian 96, and K Money solo. Can you produce us, and why? Can you produce us individually, or will it be difficult
to produce?
Yeah, and why would it be difficult? The seat is hot.
All right, so.
And tell us who would be the easiest and the hardest.
Tell us who would be the easiest, the hardest, the hot.
Okay, so Comedian 96, I'm gonna start here because we've done songs before.
Okay.
Now, I think that producing for Comedian 96 would be easy because Comedian 96 listens. Sometimes he don't listen when we talking and we having these conversations. He say what he want to say, but when it comes down to music, he's listening because he knows that there's potential that he probably don't see himself. So I think it would be easy working with Comedian 96.
I agree.
All right, now moving over to Freddie G.
This is gonna be interesting.
I think that, and this is true, Freddie G can rap, but I don't know if I could produce Freddie G. And the reason why I say that is because even though Freddie G rap, I sit here next to him all the time. Freddie G ain't said, Slash, I got this hit, man. Let me let you hear this, man. I've never heard him say, I got something. That's what I'm looking for from somebody that I know rap. Let me see what he got. Now, K-Money, I've never known K-Money to... He might spit a verse from some DJ Screw or something, but I think I could produce K-Money because I think K-Money, don't you have some instrumental
yes, sir.
experience?
I play the saxophone, man.
Yeah, see, that's why I think I could work with him on producing something for him because I like to hear his idea, where he going with his saxophone, what can we mesh with that. Now, what I do think I could do, if we just say no solo project and we all on the same project, I think I could produce that. Because now I know that I can get a listening ear from Comedian 96. I could possibly get a listening ear from K-Money. Freddie G's going to listen because everybody else is listening now. Because Freddie G going to do his own thing. Y'all know that about Freddie G. But I think it would be harder to produce Freddie G. Not to say that he don't have it, but I know that he does. And I haven't heard him say, man, I got this jam. And that's what I'm expecting from him. Because I know he got the artistry. We talked about this. You know what I'm saying? I would be expecting him to say, man, I got a jam. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When we first started this show, I did the intro and Freddie G was like, man, I got an idea. And I didn't go with his idea because I had something fire. But you never know what we might come up with next. So what we gonna do, and I'm gonna put this out here in the universe. What we gonna do next, that next intro for the 52 Scott podcast, we're going to give Freddie G a shot to come up with the whole song.
Freddie G ain't finna do that. I'm scared.
I think you can do it, though, man. I mean, because there's so many possibilities now in some of the other stuff that I've just got into, man. It's a lot of possibilities. When we get off the air, I'm going to show y'all a couple of possibilities because we do kind of need to think about another song for our intro. Not to get off of the producer show, but because I'm a producer, this is why we speaking of 52 Scott podcast. Okay, so this is one person. He's from Houston. Really great producer. He was hot in the 90s, producing songs for Ideal, Destiny Child, Mary J., Mariah Carey, Usher, Michael Cox, Brian Michael Cox.
Michael Cox, yeah.
He was so deaf, ain't he?
He was at one point.
At one point.
If you're not still with them.
He ventured out on his own.
Yeah.
When he got around the Destiny Child and all of that, he was doing his own thing. But he did some other stuff, and I could be jumping the gun here, but he did do some stuff for Aaliyah, Chris Brown, and Jagged Edge. So in the 90s, those artists had a Brian Michael Cox sound, which he's right here from Houston. Shout out to Brian Michael Cox. Here's another person. Of course, we know she's been one of the hottest as artists. She always comes up on these lists when we talk about anything R&B or hip-hop. She's in there. Yeah. So that alone makes her stand out on this list. And this is a female we talk about. Missy Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
So y'all know Missy Elliott worked close with Timbaland. And on the production side, the writing side, and all of that. Well, she's produced stuff for artists like Monica, Aaliyah, Jasmine Sullivan, which is my personal favorite female artist, Whitney Houston, and Beyonce as well. She do background vocals, Missy does. She'll get on there and sing on your track. She done a song with LSG, bro.
Oh yeah.
Faith Evans was on it. Keith Sweat. Look how long we've been around each other.
Yeah.
Missy got on there like she was an R&B artist, bro, and did just what everybody on there was big names. Johnny Gill.
She was singing.
Levert. She was singing.
Really?
Levert.
Yeah, LSG. Yeah.
And Missy and Faith Evans did a song. Look how long we've been around each other. If y'all get a chance, go back and listen to that song. But Missy got on there like she was an artist, bro. But she's all around. So
didn't she do Aaliyah's last album? That whole album, that one with the pink. That I think that's
Timbaland done a lot of the production, and I think Missy had a lot to do with the production and writing as well.
Okay,
but I can definitely hear Timbaland's sound on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what percentage each other did, but I know that she and he both created that project, and that was one of the best projects that Aaliyah did, man. She was taking off, bro, with Rock the Boat and all of that. She died right before that stuff came out. So now we're gonna move on to the next person. Now these two people did a lot of stuff for, again, Mary J. Blige, Boyz II Men, Usher, New Edition. Can y'all tell me who y'all think these people are?
Jimmy Jam and Terry
Yes,
Lewis.
sir. Timmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Now that's a duo, iconic production team. Them dudes, their man had the whole sound, and the only reason I think this is important and why I always bring up these lists like that is because you got to realize that if these people weren't here, and they didn't do what they did for the music industry, where would we be now? These people actually crafted the way we listen to music, the way we hear music, the way we understand music. These people actually sat and said, you know what? Let's build something that our people can relate to. And we've been listening to this music. It's been a lot of kids made off of this stuff these people producing. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of people in the club, a lot of bottle popping and all kind of stuff go on behind what people do, behind the scenes. And now this is what I really want to bring to the forefront too. Excuse me, when we hear these songs, it's probably been months when this stuff was recorded. So when it comes out, it's right on time, it seems like to us.
Yeah.
But what that means is these people were way ahead of their time before we even heard this music, because where were they when they done this? Where did they get this idea?
They mindset.
Yeah, so it's a lot when it comes down, to these producers that doing music. I mean, I just like to talk about the production team, and I don't have enough time sometimes on these shows, so I try to get it in when I can.
Let me get a question in, Slash.
Yes, sir.
When a song is written and let's say it's given to a producer, can the producer advise or say that I feel this person may sound better than you on this particular song?
Definitely. You can. Now, the only thing that holds you from that would be the agreement
between the person that wrote it and
the artist. So the writer may not be the artist, and the writer may say, hey, I hear such and such on this, and the producer may say, well, no, I hear somebody else. Well, now that writer got to say, let me see what you're talking about, who we gonna try on this first. And then they come to an agreement, because if it's a platinum producer, you might want to listen to him. You can't be closed-minded in the music industry at all.
He platinum for a reason.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You cannot be closed-minded.
That's that song. I was just looking at Busta Rhymes, not Chris Brown, but the other fast rapping song that he did. He was saying that original beat. God, what was the name of that song? The other one that was real. God, dog. Carlos, the comedian, was talking about it.
Where he started fast.
Yeah,
I know the song you're talking about.
Yeah, but he said that originally wasn't his. They passed on it. He ended up getting that beat.
Really?
Yeah, someone else passed on that.
Yeah,
beat.
see, now it's different with beats because with a beat, you can try 2 or 3 different artists on it as a producer. If you're not sure where you want this to go. But you can try different voices on there to see which one's gonna fit, But I think at this point you saving time, but you wasting time too. Depending on when the project need to come out, depending on who's doing the project, you really don't have time to be soul searching for artists on this music.
Yeah,
you need to kind of know what's going on right then if it's a project that you're working on.
One more question, real quick, Slash. So when you start creating a beat, do you know at that time if it's going to be a hip hop song or a R&B song?
Man, no.
Gotcha.
I never know. So mainly when I sit down and I begin working on something, I never really have an idea, a full idea. I think it's okay to go in with a full idea, but I think it's kind of hard because if your brain cannot separate sounds.
Yeah, you kind of limit yourself I think, if you do it that way.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to give yourself a workspace that's not cluttered.
That makes sense.
So you want to go from, as you go, what you hearing, what sounds you hearing. It's. I'm gonna talk about something next week geared towards what you mentioned in K Money, because I think it's important. And if any producers or artists, if y'all listen to the show, y'all need to come next week to hear what I'm gonna talk about.
So just one thing for you. It sounds to me so far of the people that's on the list, it sounds to me like the best producers are actually songwriters.
Well, you know what?
Because you mentioned Babyface.
Babyface, he's a good songwriter.
He's a good songwriter.
Quincy Jones. Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Dark. Well, I didn't say Dark Child. I'm sorry.
Jimmy Jam
and Terry
Lewis.
Yeah.
They
Michael Powell, Brian
Michael Cox, but I don't think he was a writer like that.
Yeah, I don't think.
And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they writers.
Yeah, like Janet Jackson
and Can You Stand the Rain?
Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah,
you're right. So now it's different, and the reason why I say that because I'm more based on the production end. Now I can write, but that's not my first thing. I'm more or less, it's other people write. Let's find a different direction for that. Because I think with a writer, it takes somebody who does it all the time to come up with the greatest song.
So check this out. And man, you're on some. Here's why I say this. Because you let the cat out the bag that I used to do a little rapping back in the day. Right? And I'm not a producer. Right, and I know you used to do some rapping back in the day.
Yeah.
But when I'm back in the day, when I'm writing rap, when I was writing raps, I could hear the sounds in my head.
Right.
I can, and when I hear these beats in my head that I've never heard before, it's like I've created these beats in my head, and that helps me with my writing cadence. Right. So it seems like the writing and the production go hand in hand. So with that being said, when you are producing a beat, to me it seems like, well, damn. When K Money asks you about, do you know if it's an R&B song versus a rap song? It seems to me
that you should.
Like if you are a producer and you're doing an R&B beat, like you got this sound, this. You may not even have the words
for it.
But you know that the melody that's in your head is a slow tempo.
Right.
This is a love song.
Right.
This will be.
Yeah.
And it seems like they really do go hand in hand.
Right. It does. I think. So and I speak from my point of view on the writing and producing subject because I know the production end of it, man. For me, is fun.
Right.
And for me to start writing, now I got to work. So I'm like, shit, let me have fun and let me find somebody else that want to work with writing. Now, I have been able to kind of come up. Now, when I'm done with the finished product, K-Money, that's when I can say, you know what, this would be a good R&B track, even if it's a rap track. Because now, everything now is just kind of meshing.
I was about to say, it
doesn't even matter
could be used
now.
for both, yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good point of where we are now musically. But because these people on this list did what they did, that's why we're here now.
Yeah.
Another great hip hop producer and R&B producer, Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He created artists like The Brat, Crisscross. I know there's others that I'm missing. SWV. Escape.
Yeah.
Not SWV. I meant Escape. I'm sorry. Not SWV, but Escape. That's what I meant. Tiny and the other girls.
Yeah. Now, and also he produced for Jagged Edge.
Right.
But Jagged Edge are writers.
Right. He produced for them.
Did Ludacris at one point? I'm just asking. I'm not sure.
He also produced for TLC, Mariah Carey, Usher. Yeah. He got some big names.
Not Ludacris, my bad.
No, I don't think he had anything to do with Ludacris.
Okay.
But yeah, Jermaine Dupri, been in the game for a while.
Yeah, I think he was one of those like golden child type of kids. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, he's been in the game since
forever, man.
Yeah. If you watch BMF,
we grew up with him basically.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, if you watch BMF, the new season just came out, and they actually put a billboard out with "Welcome to the home of So Def," big yellow sign with the afros and stuff. I didn't know that was out. I didn't know he had a big billboard like that. But that was awesome. I thought that was a good shout out 50 Cent did to So Def.
Now here's one person we forgot about him, and he was hot at one point, and now he's making a comeback. Scott Storch. Y'all remember Scott Storch?
Yeah, Scott
Storch, a hell of a piano player. Y'all ever seen him play the piano?
I've seen it.
Man, that man's like a mad scientist on the piano, bro. His hands just get to going, man.
Now here goes something that people may not know, or is out there, but you know that little intro on Still Dre.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. You know how it first started? Those are not Dre keys.
Scott Storch.
That's Scott Storch.
Yeah, Scott Storch had a lot to do with the music industry, man, around Dre, and a lot of them he was creating a sound that they started running with. That's why Scott Storch was very important in the game at one while. He created that phantom sound on the piano. You know how when you used to watch the cartoons and it would be a phantom?
Yeah.
That was the ghost or whatever, and the music that that's who Scott Storch. He produced that type of sound.
Yeah,
wow.
He was infamous for his scores also.
Yeah,
he wrote movie scores.
That dude a fool, man. Scott Storch. I used to love Scott Storch beats. All right, now I'm a mention this because he's on this list, but we're not gonna sit here too long. Of course, we know Diddy produced for a lot of the hot acts. Shout out to Diddy. Good luck. So the next person I want to go into, Teddy Riley.
New Jack.
Yeah, that's not New Jack Swing era. Nah, that's New Jack Swing. Yeah,
R&B, man. He brought in a whole sound, which included Johnny Kemp, Al B. Sure, Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson, and his personal group, Guy.
Yeah.
Quick question. He said Johnny Kemp. Anybody know Johnny Kemp's hit song?
Just got paid Friday night.
Just got paid Friday night.
Man, we came on the field off of that.
Hey, that was Teddy Riley's sound.
Yeah, but
then,
funny story on Johnny Kemp. They had interviewed him on MTV or VH1, and he said, "I got paid for that song." Yeah, he said, but I had never ever seen that much money until the Backstreet Boys did it. He said that's the most money I've ever seen in my life.
With Backstreet
when
Boys?
Backstreet Boys performed that song.
They was a huge hit, Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, he said that's the most money I've ever seen when they did it. He didn't get near about when he did it.
So now look here, I'm gonna mention a song, and I want to know if y'all tell me who this producer is on this album. Beyonce's younger sister Solange, she did a song called "Cranes in the Sky."
Yeah.
Do y'all know who produced that track?
In the sky.
Yeah,
that sound like
it was Raphael Sadiq.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he also did Total's "Kissing You." Tidra Moses, "Take Me." Now I don't know what that song is, but here's one.
Tidra be jamming and she not even out. Nobody don't even know who she is.
Well, that's why it's important to have producers like this and constantly do work with them, because that's what's gonna get you out there. If he work with you once, he'll work with you again.
She's been out since 2013. Yeah. People don't even know who she is.
Well, maybe her personality.
Tidra
right.
Moses.
Oh, what's her personality? Do you know her personality?
She seemed like a sweetheart. She's more of a she's the type of singer. McKinney. What's the girl that played on the Tyler Perry show? She something McKinney. That's her name. They're more the same type of singer. Yeah. Algebra, like that. Those type of singer. That's the type of singer she is.
So a big song that Raphael Sadiq did was "Lady" for D'Angelo.
Yep.
That was a huge song.
Oh, that was jam. Yeah.
That was D'Angelo's breakout song. That put him in an era where people was like, man, this dude is kind of like a Prince, but he a new Prince, but he he gangster too. He gave you the mind of, okay, this gangster dude with this high pitched voice, and then he ended up getting in some trouble and he left the music scene for a while, and I don't think he ever was able to just get back in it feet first and take off
again.
Yeah, man. So now here's one, and I gotta mention this dude because I know for a lot of people they forgot about this dude, man. Okay, he's done Destiny Child, Tony Braxton, that group Black, Keisha Cole, Mary J, "I Can Love You." You remember Mary J's song, "I Can Love You"?
I Can Love You.
Okay,
better,
and then he did Brandy and Monica's duet, "The Boy Is Mine." Dark Child,
Rodney Jerkins.
Say, this man was a teenager producing some of this stuff. So he started out young too, So I'm just saying, man, this cat, man, I like his music. He had his own little sound because some of the songs, you could tell when Dark Child was there.
So Beyonce not Beyonce, the whole group, Destiny Child, they had quite a few songs that would start off with Dark Child. They were talking about him. Say my name.
Yeah, Dark
and
Child.
that song started off with Dark
that's
Child.
like his stamp.
Yeah, that was his watermark. But,
okay. Well, there's a lot of songs then that he did for Destiny Child then.
So Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams, of course, the Neptunes, responsible for some big songs, Beyonce's Green Light and Usher's You Don't Have to Call. Say that was an up tempo club song.
It was.
And man, I tell you, it felt good to hear it because it wasn't one of those songs too fast with too many repetitive vocals. It was right in the pocket. Everything was perfect. You could get into it. And Usher's album, of course, the project with that on it, man, was out of this world. The Neptunes also did Ray J's Wait a Minute. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Say.
Yeah. He was jamming.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, that song was jamming.
Man, come on, man. That was a jam. But anyway, those two gained notoriety for producing a lot of big names in hip-hop. So, again, we're saying hip-hop now, but of course, R&B is the production end that we're talking about because we know Usher was a, R&B artist. He wasn't a rapper, although he did have bars, though. Usher would come and drop some bars, and he wasn't doing no tripping. So now here goes some guys, the Underdogs. Now, the reason why I want to mention them because it's two guys, Harvey Mason Jr. and Damon Thomas. Now, Mason worked with Rodney Jerkins camp. This is where he come up. He was mentored by Rodney Jerkins. Now, as the group or the duo, they produced for Tyrese, Signs of Love Making.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember
That's
that.
them dudes that produced that. That's the jam. You know what I'm saying? B2K's Gotta Be. I'm not familiar with what that is. But Ain't Gonna Beg You by Fantasia. They produced that. Now here's a big one. Chris Brown's Young Love. They produced that. So I think they still have some room to grow in the industry. Because I don't know if they're still producing, but I'm guessing somebody still got their hands in it somewhere doing something. So now this guy, I'm going to have to talk about him, Salaam Remi. Now, he produced for the Fugees, Nas, Amy Winehouse. Have y'all ever heard of this dude?
No, I've
never heard of him.
I hadn't heard of him.
I've never heard of Salaam Remi. But either way, he did that Jasmine Sullivan's I Bust the Windows Out Your Car.
Oh, he did that?
Yeah. So that gives you an idea of what his sound is. Okay. And what is it? Oh, and he did Lions, Tigers, and Bears. I know you know that song.
Yeah. I know both of them.
I'm sorry, Comedian 96.
Yeah, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, because I'm all three, right? Yeah, okay, whatever.
Animal Life. All right, so now this person, we kind of mentioned him earlier along with Missy Elliott. Of course, Timbaland's name is on here also. So he was doing a lot of creativity in the 90s. And he still got his hands in it. He did albums. He worked on albums like Aaliyah, 1 in a Million, and Genuine's The Bachelor. So his list goes as far as SWV, Tweet, Brandy, Rihanna, Beyonce, and there's so many others. If I'm not mistaken, I know he worked with what's the white guy's name? Justin Timberlake. I know they've done some songs together. So his name is in there with the big artists. Of course, Timbaland's one of the forefathers of hip-hop music in the 90s and R&B music. Now, here's one hardly ever mentioned, Dallas Austin. I think we mentioned him once before.
Yeah.
Of course, he worked with Janet Jackson, Deborah Cox, Michael Jackson, Monica, Boyz II Men, TLC.
Here's a little known fact about Dallas Austin. He actually created Busta Rhymes' Flip Mode logo.
Oh wow! So he actually artworked this.
Yeah, he
so
was
he's
the
an
one
artist.
who he gave Busta Rhymes.
This is what you should use.
This is what you should use for Flip Mode.
Makes sense to me.
Black fact.
Okay, so now here we're gonna talk about this guy, and then we got one more, and we're gonna let you come back next week for the next topic. Y'all make sure y'all come back because it's gonna be real.
I hope this guy's who I'm thinking.
Let's see. I'm gonna tell you what song he did. Single Ladies for Beyonce.
No, he's not the guy I'm thinking.
Put a ring on it.
I know who that is.
Song, Sierra's Ride.
Nah, he's not the guy I'm thinking.
Mariah Carey's Touch My Body, and Rihanna's Umbrella.
He's not the guy I was
Can't
thinking.
think who it was. The Dream.
Huh.
The Dream produced
You don't know The
those
Dream?
songs.
I know what the Dream is.
Now, The
but
Dream's
Nah,
a good
I'm talking-
writer, too.
Nah, I don't know him.
I know what the Dream is.
And he had a good run at one time.
He was married to
Christina
Christina
Mil-
Milian.
Milian.
Milian. And
Oh,
something
I do
happened.
know him. Yes, I do.
Yeah, you
at
know
one point in
the
time.
Yeah.
That's all the man ever did.
And his watermark, what was his watermark? Because you would hear his shit at the beginning of his songs
I don't
too.
remember. I would have to hear one.
Man, I'm surprised this
But-
dude, you ain't say my guy.
But what he did, what I noticed the Dream first production was he was using those synth drums that Prince used to use in a lot of his songs. You know, the Dream came out and started using that, and then that everybody that did like Rihanna on her
that
song
Umbrella.
on the Umbrella,
Yeah.
they got
Yeah,
it from
yeah,
the
from
Dream.
The Dream.
That's what he did on his songs, you know. So we got one more, and of course this guy's really popular. Everybody know him. Needs no introduction.
He better be the guy.
You know, I think this might be your guy, man.
He gotta be.
So now I'm gonna tell you, he done a lot of stuff. Monica, Brandy, Janet Jackson, Keisha Cole,
He's not the guy.
Jay-Z,
Hold on.
Benny Siegel, Talib Kweli, so many others that he produced. This guy, you know him, is right on the tip of your tongue, and I bet you know who this guy is.
You might not be thinking about him
not-
because we
Because
talking
he
about
got somebody on
R&B.
his mind.
I
Yeah,
got
because he
some-
talking about R&B.
Yeah, I got this one guy you ain't said.
Man, what I'm talking about now is Kanye West, bro.
Okay.
That wasn't who you was talking about?
That's not what
What's your guy? Who is your
That's what
guy?
I'm talking about.
My guy is R. Kelly, man.
Kelly.
So, well, you know what? I say,
Man, you can't.
You gotta apologize.
man, I do, man. I apologize.
Hey, real shit, dog.
as much of an R&B fan of
God,
R. Kelly's
damn.
music I am, man, I'm a big fan of R. Kelly's music.
Yeah, you might be getting thrown off the bus. Slash, I
Yeah,
ain't going to lie
I think I'm gonna throw
Thursday.
you off the bus on
You know what?
Thursday.
Hey, that's all right. But I tell you what, I drive for a week.
Okay. I ain't gonna throw
Let me
you off.
drive.
I got somebody.
And y'all can sit back and
You gotta
drink
drive.
and whatever.
You gotta
but
drive.
I'll drive. You know what I'm saying? I'll open the door and let a motherfucker off that y'all want.
There you go.
But
Appreciate
don't
it.
put me off the motherfucker because I ain't got no transfer. I can't catch the next one.
But you gotta drive.
So yeah, those are the producers that I was mentioning today, and I'm sorry that I did forget about R. Kelly, especially for R&B. But we know that he is the king of anything R&B. Ain't nobody holding that title. It used to be Michael Jackson. It used to be Bobby Brown. It used to be Chris Brown. But it's no longer none of them. Usher had his shot. Everybody had their shot at the R&B thing. But I tell you, even though the man is in prison for a while, he still hold that crown.
He put his stamp on the music business.
Man,
bro.
he did, man. And he gave a lot of artists a great song, good songs, platinum songs. So shout out to R. Kelly, man. We want you out, man. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully them people allow you in a little bit of time, man, to come on back out here, man, and get your shine on with this R&B again, because you're really controlling it. There's nobody that stepped in yet.
And if they let y'all leave them girls alone.
Man, leave them girls alone. Y'all come back next week. So that's all, y'all, for this edition of Music Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow and check out True Tuesday with K Money. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast.